These are dark times, there is no denying.
Tell me where he is.
Our world has faced no greater threat than it does today. But you can't fight this war on your own, Mr. Potter.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which is to say Harry Potter 7 Part 1, is an impeccably crafted film. It's gorgeous to look at, it's incredibly well shot, and full of some pretty good performances and a bunch of really absolutely top-notch special effects work. And it's also a film that I didn't enjoy much at all, although I also acknowledge that my dislike for the film may be due to me just not getting it or being an old fuddy-duddy or not with the times or something like that. But my problem with the film ultimately is not so much with the filmmaking part of the film, it's with the weakness that's inherent in the source material, the who, the whats, the whys, whens, and wheres of the way that J.K. Rowling moves the chess pieces in this segment of her huge multi-thousand-page story arc, getting them ready for the big ultimate showdown which will happen in Harry Potter 7 Part 2, which will come out next year. The film starts with a bang, with a bunch of good witches played by good actors that are neat characters, smuggling Harry out of the Muggle house where he spent the summer off somewhere where he can go to a wedding. And it's one of the best action set pieces in the whole series. Shortly thereafter, the three heroes, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, get even more active, and they go on this special sneaky spy mission where they infiltrate the now fascist Ministry of Magic so that they can steal back the One Ring, the special necklace that makes people sad and that they have to destroy. And then immediately after they do those two fun, exciting things, they go camping in a tent in the forest for 2 hours. So they have some emotional scenes where they stand nearby to each other and listen to the radio and emote, being alternately sad or happy or full of angst or full of jealousy as they go on their very special Harry Potter version of Frodo's journey with the One Ring into Mordor, except nothing much actually happens. I mean, sure, they find a special sword and they break out of a dungeon and they figure out some clues about some other story and they visit some other witches. But the way that they find the sword is because a glowing blue ball shows up in the middle of the night and tells them where the sword is. And the way they figure out this special information about the special secret code story they have to find is Hermione looks in a book that was given to her and says, "Look, a symbol," and then looks on the ground right next to where she's standing and sees the symbol on a gravestone. This is not Sherlock Holmes type stuff. And even when they escape out of a dungeon, they do so not through any agency, not through them actually formulating a plan and saying, well, I'm Harry Potter and you're Hermione. If we do this and then do that, we can... No, it doesn't happen that way. They escape because a character completely unrelated who hasn't been in the film at all to this point shows up literally out of nowhere, apropos of nothing, to rescue them in the nick of time. This is all very meager stuff. It hints at being this big, heroic, epic journey, except it's all slightly moronic. Harry has this grand destiny, but he doesn't actually do anything to go fulfill it. Stuff just keeps happening to him while he stands there looking like an idiot. They're just people that are special because fate has said that they're special, and everything, and every clue and everything that they need to do is just handed to them by the story, by the author. This is not great storytelling. It is, however, pretty good filmmaking. I think that this film is just about the best film that you could make in the circumstances. The circumstances being that people are demanding an extremely faithful adaptation of the first chunk of a kind of slightly boring and poorly story-told storybook. And people will love it. There are people that love the Harry Potter films and stories and accept them regardless of all of their flaws, and they will like this one because this one is one of the better ones. It just happens to be a film that I particularly didn't enjoy, while at the same time recognizing that it's well acted, well shot, and very competently put together. So even though I didn't enjoy it, even though I don't think it's a great film, anybody that likes Harry Potter will think that it's amazing because it is the best that could be done with what I think is some pretty poor source material, which is why I rate it a generous 6 out of 10.